What I absolutely love about making this jewellery is I have a picture and an image of how people should wear the jewellery that I make, and one of the very first things they do is they completely and utterly use it and wear it how they want to wear it. And I'm so touched by that, because that means that it isn't about me, the artist, the designer, it's about the wearer, which is everything that it's supposed to be. Love is on the inside on all of my work, and that is principally about that person and that person who's been given it or received it as a gift. My work is sculptural. My work is about love. I want to make work that helps people be able to communicate their emotion easier and privately between people. Whether it's a piece for a girlfriend, whether it's a piece for a grandma. One of the really nice things that I've got about my work is that it seems to be kind of ageless. People are attracted to it whether they're 16 or 96. And it's really lovely having older people come in and want to talk to me about a piece that they want to make, or a young person coming in and wants to take a nice piece of silver. Moonlight Serenade is a beautiful set of rings. It's inspired by Glenn Miller. This ring has the word cut into it, and yellow gold infilled with a tiny little O in the O is not infilled at all. And slots, there are 4 eternity bands which slot into the centre of it, and so through the O you can just see the sparkle of the diamond below. And for those who really like to have a fairly large stone, this also extends to this piece, which has a 1.25 carat on the top. And again, any one of these 4 eternity bands which slot into the inside of it. But what makes this really lovely is that the stone is set with the word love. So the setting I've made specifically so that the word love holds the stone. Again, it's private. It's not for public display. It's your own private emotion. For the last 20 years I've been a photographer, shooting for the likes of Vogue and Time magazine. I really wanted to start moving my photography into 3-dimensional work, and my sculptural work I've been working at since I was 7, so it was kind of like a fusion of all of these things to get to this point. I do think of my work as sculpture. I do think of my work as artwork rather than just jewellery, rather than trying to put a rock onto a band, rather than just trying to sell the next product that needs to be sold. It is made with love for people who want to express. This piece is called Gangsters of the Groove. It's made by Heatwave. The guy who made this song also made several songs for Michael Jackson, including Thriller and Billie Jean and Off the Wall, I think. He went out for to a party with his girlfriend in London, and I think it was Elton John's party, and they had some kind of altercation during the course of the night, and she left early. When he got back to their apartment, or her apartment, they had a full-on argument, and she ended up by stabbing him. And he went to hospital. He was paralysed. He didn't press charges, and she looked after him, paralysed, and they lived in London for many years afterwards. I'm not quite sure if he's still alive. But I really love the fact that love is quite complex. You know, who knows what went on? Who knows what that was all really about? From such brilliance of writing through to the complexity of celebrity. One of my favourite pieces is this. It's called Hold Hands. It's very personal to me. I went for a walk with my mother. She now lives in the UK. She's elderly and frail. At the end of the walk, she put her head in her hands. We got home, she put her head in her hands, and it was a really elegant form, it was a really elegant shape. I took a quick photograph of her and then turned that into a sculpture. There are pendants and earrings which follow this, but as you can see, the shape and the form is more sculptural. One of the pieces that I really do like, which reflects what I'm talking about, is a pair of cufflinks, and they're divided by the word love. Again, it's just private and subtle, and nobody knows about it, and nobody has to know about it. I just love where my thoughts take me and end up being pieces to be worn. There's a piece that I'm making at the moment, which is a really lovely reflection of two people's friendship. It isn't sexual, it's just about their friendship, and they used to say to each other as a joke, "Love you long time," as a joke being, you know, the kind of prostitute. I don't know how I'm going to say this. Anyway, the piece is called "Love You Long Time," which is inspired by, you know, the tongue-in-cheek thing of a prostitute trying to drum up some business. Anyway, these two friends used to say this to each other, and I've made this pendant, which is both in silver and in gold with a diamond. And it's a beautiful pendant. It's really beautiful. It's going to be released in the next few months. But I just love where my work comes from to where it ends up. So photography is the most fantastic job, but I always felt that there's a distance between me and the subject, between me and kind of expressing my art. What I really love about this jewellery and why it is such an amalgamation of all of my artwork is that it does move it from the white walls, and it does move it onto somebody. And so, you know, my pieces now will end up being on somebody for the rest of their life, and I really cherish that. That's really beautiful. And again, it's not about me, the designer, it's about the wearer. The objects aren't about me. I don't need to have a big name about this. It is about the wearer. This piece is inspired by a rubber band. Actually, whilst listening to Mozart, which is why it looks very similar to a treble clef. It's called Faith. It's a Faith pendant, and there are a whole series of in the Faith collection, all inspired by a rubber band. They're beautiful pieces in both gold and silver. Exceptionally difficult to make and exceptionally difficult to clean, but really very lovely, very stunning. I really like them.